You
Have you
can't,
ever seen this picture?
That's the note I was in.
okay.
Is that
And then we are last for memories.
All right. So we'll start the annual organizational meeting, and the first resolution to be presented will be the appointment of the president of the Board of Knox County Commissioners for 2025.
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Bill Purcell.
Second. Yes.
You call for a vote.
I call for the
One
vote.
of you, once you
I'll
call.
call for the vote.
Well, I think you call because you're in charge
Well-
until that happens, right?
No, it would be, this is unusual because we normally have a vice chair, so we haven't done that yet. So I
Okay.
would say, just one of the commissioners call for, call.
I'll call for the,
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so that being done, item number 2. Appoint the vice chair of the Board of Knox County Commissioners for the year 2025. I would make a motion that Joanna Cassie be the vice chair. If I have a second. All those in favor? Say aye. You're allowed to vote. Okay. Number 3, appoint commissioners to various committees for the year. I don't know if you've looked through the list that we have out there. On the I legislate page, it has a list of several different committees that each commissioner would be assigned for this year. And if I could take a motion for those appointments to be approved, take that. You gotta say it out loud.
I motion that they be
Yes, yes,
Just that I would sit on the ADF and.
yes.
Yeah.
Nice. I
Okay.
had that on my.
Good, I didn't get that copy. Okay, great.
Well, it's because I hand wrote it on there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Penny made that change.
On the ADF, yes. So with that correction, Barry says made a motion. Turn then,
Second.
second, and all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And then designate the official representative, and usually you run through this.
Yeah, I
right?
can do,
Yeah,
yeah,
why
this
don't
is
you do
for
that?
our, alternate and representative for the CCAO annual meeting. Typically, Bill, has this been president, vice president, so you done that?
Yeah, and I think they only have one meeting a year, so it's not a strong thing there, but yes, we could do it that way.
Yep, okay, so that would be Bill and Brenda. And Bill, you'll need to take a motion on
Yeah,
that.
take a motion on that. And what I explained, shared with Barry, it goes a lot quicker. One of you does the even, one does the odd, and if we go through that, so it would be your turn, Brenda, to make that motion.
Okay, I make the motion to adopt this.
And then second, and all those in favor say aye. Aye.
And then item number 5 is delegating authority to the county administrator for certain administrative matters, and this is allowed under Ohio Revised Code section 305.30. And there is no changes to this from the prior. I just felt it was important that this Board of Commissioners authorize that delegation. It was done by prior commissioners, so this is everything that's outlined in the revised code that you can delegate to me for those matters. So no change.
I motion we adopt.
I second.
Okay, those in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye.
All right, the next one is authorizing me to delegate to Robin Santo, the budget analyst, in my absence for certain matters, and this is much more restrictive than what you've delegated to me, but this allows her to sign off on supplemental appropriation transfers, allows her to sign payroll reports for and approve leave for my staff. If they request leave, that she can approve that leave, and if I'm not here. So that gives us some continuity of government operations if I'm not in the building that day. So I'd ask you to authorize that. And again, that's just a renewal of that resolution.
So can I have a motion? Yeah.
I make a motion to
Second.
authorize it.
All those in favor say aye.
All right.
And of course, anytime I'm making the assumption, if you have anything you want to say, instead of me saying that every time you have anything discussed, you'll just automatically do that.
And then we have annually, we reappoint Penny Doyle as clerk, executive assistant for the Board of Knox County Commissioners for the year 2025.
Motion accept.
And then
I second it.
Okay, those in favor say aye.
And then we also appoint Robin as the deputy clerk, again, in case Penny isn't here, that we can certify a resolution.
I make a motion to accept.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We have a resolution for Courtney Lauer, the Knox County Human Resource Director, to act as the coordinator for the Americans with Disabilities Act for Knox County for the year 2025. Each county has to have a representative, and she handles that for us.
Motion to accept.
Second.
And those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We have again to reappoint Courtney Lauer as the Human Resource Director for the Equal Employment Opportunity Officer for Knox County for 2025.
I make a motion to accept.
Second.
Okay, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Then we have a resolution to reappoint Andrew Champlin, IT Communication Coordinator, as the Public Information Officer for Knox County for 2025.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Those in favor say aye. Aye.
We have reappoint Eric Simpson as the Knox County Aviary Inspector for 2025. Again, each county is required to designate that individual, and we have the document from the state of Ohio, so each commissioner will need to sign this appointing him for when he checks hives and that so forth in the county.
I make a motion to accept it.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And Brenda, this, each one of you will need to sign that document, please.
It's funny, I saw that aviator inspector in here, and I said, do we still have that?
Yeah, we do.
Aviator.
While you guys are signing that, so we need to assign and authorize William Scott Boone, the Director of Knox County Job and Family Services, to act as the Knox County Board of Commissioners designee for approving inter-county adjustments of allocated funds. And this is funds can come in, unused funds from other counties can come in, and it authorizes him to accept those monies directly in the JFS.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Then we have the update the county risk sharing. This is our liability insurance schedule of individuals utilizing employee dishonesty coverage in lieu of a bond. So in the past, each elected official had to have a security bond. Now that's not required. Our liability coverage carries that for all elected officials except for Judge Wetzel. The revised code still requires the judge to get a bond, but this updates that list with the two of you, as well as the new sheriff and any other individuals that are new starting in 2025. So you don't need to sign this, but you need to approve this so it can submit it to Corsa.
All right, I make a motion to approve.
Second.
And those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Then we have to approve the Ohio Development Services Ocean contact information. So this Ocean is the system that we use for state grants, and it has a list of individuals that can access that. So we needed to add you and Trenda and Barry to this. And other than that, there's no change, but you will authorize this by resolution, and Bill will sign it.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And he's got that flag orange.
No, I signed it.
Yeah, I think that
Okay.
just requires one signature.
All right.
I don't think they would know any difference.
Then we have to approve in the advertisement of the Mount Vernon News for meeting dates for the Knox County Board of Commissioners for the year 2025. And those will still be on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. with the exception of meetings after holidays. And other than that, there's no change, and this will allow Penny to post this to the Mount Vernon News and public notice.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
And so moved. Whoops. All in favor say aye. Say aye. Yeah.
We're all new at this.
Yeah,
Bill.
yeah. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, then we had a resolution that came forward to approve the opposition by the Knox County Commissioners to the Fraser Solar LLC project. And this item has been tabled today. So with that, we're gonna skip that item and we'll move on to item number 18. We good with that, Commissioners?
You need to vote or?
No, it's-
No, so that'll be tabled at this time.
Alright.
And then we have a to approve the public meeting notice in the Mount Vernon News for the resolution. This is to potentially restrict solar facilities and wind farms in the unincorporated areas of Knox County. And that public hearing or public meeting would be held on Thursday, February 20th, 2025 at 6 p.m. at the Mount Vernon Memorial Theater. And so with this, Penny will basically take the process forward. She has to post the map to show the areas that would be restricted in the libraries of the county, correct?
Libraries, schools, and all townships.
So she'll take care of all that, and all that needs to be done 30 days prior to that. And this will not be able to go in the Mount Vernon News till January 18th. So we had to wait 30 days from that date. So the meeting will be Thursday, February 20th of 2025 at 6 p.m. So you're in agreement? You can a motion for us to move forward.
And my understanding on that too, we would want the townships to reaffirm wherever their position was at that hearing. And if you guys go back out to the townships, you let them know.
And the townships will be notified, correct, Penny?
Yes, they
You will
will.
notify them. So-
Yes, they all get first class mail.
But if they respond like they did to some of Chip's stuff, so,
Even though they've signed resolutions, we still have to do that. to
yeah, we
confirm
still
the
gotta do that.
Okay.
There's more notifying them.
Yeah, of the hearing, and because we won't make any legal vote until we get their input. After affirming or reaffirming,
So I make a motion.
Second.
and all those favors say aye.
Aye.
Good. Carol, that's your copy. And if you would pass these down, appreciate it. That's very. This is copy of the 2025 non-general fund budget. And this was reviewed in session with the prior Board of Commissioners as well as the incoming commissioners last year. So we are basically ready to adopt. And Cheryl, I know you'll digest this and then you can call me and go through all your questions. But the total budget, the packet that you have before you here, this is the general and non-general, but I gave you an updated one with the final non-general fund budget. And the budget is $63,900,931. And this takes into account all levy funds, anything from Knox County Developmental Disabilities to Job and Family Services, the county engineer, water projects, senior levy, goes on, levies. And any special funds. So these funds have to be spent for their intended purpose of what they were set up for. So this includes 911, bond payments, real estate appraisals, community development block grants. You go to the very back page, page 7, it has a breakdown of all of those budgets that we reviewed there last few weeks back, I guess it was. So this is ready. Once you adopt this budget, then the auditor's office will load all of the budgets, general fund, non-general fund, and then the county will be back up for business. So hopefully that'll happen within the next couple of days. And we'll be back hoping for business for 2025.
Motion to approve.
I just have one
Yeah.
question. Does this create a balanced budget with the general and non-general?
So they're two completely different budgets.
Two different.
So the general fund was adopted in December. And then this is an entirely different budget. None of these departments can budget more than their estimated revenue and the revenue they have on hand. So
It's balanced.
it's balanced. It won't let it, the budget couldn't be adopted without that. Yeah.
Okay.
I motion to accept.
I second.
And those in favor say aye.
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 So Cheryl, call me when you're ready to review them. We'll sit down.
With your two
I want to be in that review.
Okay.
I want to be in that review as well, because we must learn everything. They don't put you in school until February. So-
Okay. So Penny, you just need that, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so there's nothing for them to sign on that. They'll just submit that. Okay. Then we need to approve the proposal from Bennett Williams Environmental Consultants for the post-closure care of the Knox County landfill. This is for the first half. So this is a normal, you'll get these twice a year. You'll get one for first half and one for second half. And this is the environmental firm that we use, and they are required by EPA to go out and they test wells to make sure there's no leachage and that kind of stuff from the abandoned landfill. This is for the first 6 months, and I'm gonna give you the amount not to exceed $33,200.
Motion to approve.
This is the updated Thayer Road too, right? I mean, it's there.
Yes, once it's adopted, Bill, so once you guys adopt
Yeah,
it.
ask any questions because this is new to all of us.
Thayer Road, they update Thayer Road and take care of that area, correct?
That, yeah, well, so the abandoned landfill, and then there's wells that
Right.
are basically through the years, anytime they picked up anything of a elevated level, they had to come out farther with another well. Now in 2025, we are finally gonna be, after 30 years, we're gonna be able to abandon some of those wells. And they're taking them out where the testing has been good for so long that the EPA will no longer require those. So our cost should start to come down some. But other areas will be required for testing as.
I second.
No, this is separate from the brush and stuff.
Right, yeah.
So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we have approved an amendment to the lease agreement with Modern Office Methods for Knox County Transit copiers. So we approved a copier lease for Knox County Transit last year. And there was a issue, Penny, you might speak to that. There was just an issue with the document that had to be. The one page of it had to be changed, that they didn't add the canon, is that correct?
Right.
So you're just signing or approving us to make that change on this document.
This one signature.
One
instead of
signature on
30.
this one, yeah,
Okay.
because it's not the whole agreement.
A motion to accept.
Second.
And those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That this is for Bill. Then we have, just to enter into the record, approval of the Knox County Treasurer Depository and Investment Income for December 2024 in the amount of $151,047.60. And this, there was general fund interest income of $12,901.38 and program income of $2.21. So that is just, you'll need to approve that, and we enter it into the record.
Make the motion to accept.
Second.
And those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then we had a request of the Park District for a letter of support for a grant that they were applying for the Ohio Horsemen's Council. It's a small grant proposal for the state, and they've asked that if you would. You have a copy of that, I believe, that you would sign off to support their grant request to the state.
Not sure I got a copy of
That's I legislate.
It's a template that says that we're okay for them to apply for the grant, basically.
it. Okay,
I move to accept.
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Shouldn't have seen.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and. Put your title down here. To the wrong form.
Just want to show you.
We're good?
Yes.
Okay.
Then county administrator updates.
Yeah, so a few updates I have for you.
Sign first.
Oops, I'm sorry. Brandon. This is just I want you to have, I think Bill already has a copy of this, but for Brenda and Barry to have, this is the capital project or the capital improvement plan that was laid out for 2025. So the items in blue are what we have funding. We've already allocated funding for 2025. And then the yellow is just items that we're not doing it 2025, but just we kind of keep a list of items that we know are gonna be coming up within the next couple of years. And so we add to that as I talk to the facilities director, or we come up with things. But everything in the blue has been funded, and we have the money in the permanent improvement fund to take care of those for 2025, and I just wanted you to have a copy of that
Okay.
was the plan for what we've laid out for this year. Then in addition to that, we have a large HVAC project going on in this building and then Knox County Service Center. And so I'm having the facilities director update this for me every couple of weeks, and this just kind of lets you know there's 90 units and new ceilings that are being replaced throughout the building. And this is kind of just where we're at, keeping track of how far we are along with the project. Each one takes between 2 and 3 days to put in, so it's gonna be a lengthy process. So as you go around the lobby in different areas and you see the ceilings ripped out, that's what's going on. They're replacing HVAC units. They were original when the county purchased this, they were put in, so they're much past their useful life, and we've had a lot of issues with them. And so that project is ongoing, and I want you to kind of know where we are on that. And then,
So on the sheet of Jason number 13, I was thinking the courthouse roof was gonna be much higher than that.
well, the cost,
Yes.
no, that was the quote that he gave us
Really?
to do the roof. Yeah,
Okay.
that was to do it in copper.
Yeah.
With new gutters. Was 550,000, so we looked at that when we. Did the cupola project last year, that kind of came up, and he told us we probably had 3 years maybe left on that roof, so. 3 to 4 years, so we put that out to start planning for that, in a couple of years to replace.
Yeah, I thought that was over $1 million, so it's a
Yeah.
good surprise.
Yeah, that was the quote that they gave us last year.
13 through 29 are not in priority
That's
order.
correct.
They're
They
not
just-
in priority
Right,
order.
they're not, we don't have them anticipated to do in 2025 or funded in 25, but we kind of put them on there knowing that those items will be coming up. Either in 26 or beyond, if other priorities don't take their place, yeah. And then this is an updated copy of the County Commissioner's Office Administrative or organizational chart. So these are the departments that report to you. They report, yeah, I know, it's small because it's large. Those are the departments that report directly to me, and then, but they still fall under the Knox County Board of Commissioners. They ultimately report to you. Up in the right-hand corner is Job and Family Services. That's the only department that belongs to the commissioners that doesn't report directly to the county administrator, but I wanted to put them on there so you had all of the departments that are responsible, or you're responsible to you directly. So just so you have that, I think I've shared this with you as we've met
Yeah.
over the last months, but this is a updated copy as of January 1st, so I wanted to make sure you had that.
So then I will report from Job and Family Services to the commissioners. I'll attend their meetings and report. Is that proper?
He will come down and report out to you guys every month.
Great,
He
okay.
comes out, all these departments, with the exception of facilities, will come in and report to you.
Okay.
Some of them are monthly, some are quarterly, some are every other month, and they'll do a direct report to you. In addition to me reporting to you on what's going on with those offices.
Okay.
And then the last item I have was just an update on the transit project. I know we've talked some about that. We did receive notice from ODOT that we made it through the State Historical Preservation Office. And the project is now, they're waiting just for the federal FTA funding of that project. And so they anticipated after the holidays that we would see that, and we'd probably have a kickoff meeting late in January. They're hoping that we'd have some contracts and a kickoff meeting, so. We got that information late December. I wanted you just to be aware that that's still, it's been about 4 years in the making, but we're getting very close. So that's where we're at on that, and when we get closer, we'll certainly let you know. So that's all I have for you today.
Then I had a couple things I needed wanted to share with you guys so that you know what's coming down the pipe. So the DKMN policy committee, every 5 years, we commissioners on that committee have to do an APA update. And so every township will get that update policy. We as commissioners will need to approve it and sign off on it. And so that'll be done here in the next couple months. The policy committee has done all the tweaks that we needed to do for the EPA. And so the next step on that is to have all the townships agree and sign off on that. They could find us to be not in compliance with what we have to do, our recycling program, our garbage and waste and recycling program. And then the policy spells that out. It's a very boring item to go through, but every township and we in the city also and the villages have to agree to the policy. Then the other thing coming up in the May primary that we need to be letting our township and residents know that they'll be on the ballot for the Ohio Public Works Commission. It's every 10 years that the state has to put a levy on there. I'm not sure it's a levy or titled that. But our townships and the city and the county engineer rely upon the OPWC funds. County gets about 1.2 to 1.5 million every year. When I say county, that includes the townships, the villages, the cities. And that's done because it's a grant program by the state and that's on the ballot. So if it doesn't pass, that money disappears for us. So we've encouraged people pass that in May, know it's coming down the pipe and that, it's certainly a benefit to our county residents by having that. So I'm on those committees. You guys are actually on the DKNM meeting committees also, but you weren't there last year, so wanted to let you know that. And those are the two items I wanted to let you guys be aware
Thank you.
And everyone has the date for the Mount or the Knox County spelling bee, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
First big
As
official.
long as we don't have to
task as
spell.
commissioner. Yeah.
of. Yeah, the words are right in front of us, even the definitions, the phonetic spelling on
We have
it.
to tell a child they got it wrong.
We have to tell them that's. not
President of the
correct.
commissioners.
And the vice chair has to back me up.
Can we give them candy or something at the end?
Well, we will give the final two of the county medallion. So we give them that.
Okay.
And then do we have minutes?
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
do.
sure how we,
So these you don't adopt, by you signing, you're creating the resolution, but Penny has assured me that, yes, you're signing the minutes for the last meeting last year and you weren't here, but you're just attesting that these were entered into the record. So that's what those are for. And then the other item is, you have to sign the county bill list each week, so the auditor can release payments to vendors. So those are there as well, and then you'll sign at the bottom after you review those. And any questions you have, we can look those up for you, but you'll each sign at the bottom of both pages. But those items,
Just a quick question, Penny, will we get the notes prior to the meeting, to approve them?
is that on my legislative?
I've never included them before,
Yeah, so
but I can.
I'm just used to getting to look over minutes, and you're
Yeah.
gonna prove them that you know that they were, I trust you, but I'm just saying in the future. Okay. We need to make a motion to.
no, those you don't, anything that you sign will become a resolution. And by you signing it, so Penny will turn that into a resolution, but it doesn't get a motion.
is that all the business items?
That's all the business.
So we have some people here. Do you have anything you wanna ask, share?
No, I don't think you.
Okay,
Only that the agenda referenced a resolution. Is there a resolution for that item number 17, or is it?
no, it was taken off tape.
We take it.
Tabled it.
Yeah, no, I know, but I didn't know if there was a separate resolution that you were going to consider, or was it just that one?
Well, there were
sentence?
two resolutions. One was tabled. The other one was that we'll have a hearing. For going over the review of solar, wind exclusionary areas in the county.
Yeah,
And so that resolution was passed. It was passed in that we're putting it in the newspaper.
no, I got that. I saw those items. I was thinking of those as items in the agenda. I didn't know if there was a separate document, there was a resolution that you were considering, or if it was just that line item in the agenda.
Well, we have there's items on a separate spreadsheet. And so on that separate spreadsheet, that one item was tabled.
Yeah.
About Fraser Solar was totally
We're gonna
off.
revisit
Yeah.
that resolution, so we're not making it available today.
Yeah, okay. So if we want, if you take it up again, and what's the best way to get a copy of whatever resolution you would consider? Will it be
Once they-
posted as part of the agenda?
No, once they adopt it, then Penny would turn it into an official resolution and it would be a public record.
Okay, but is it made available to the public beforehand, the one that the board would consider? Or is it only made available after?
Typically, once it's adopted and they vote on it, then it becomes a official record into the minutes.
Okay, so it's not published ahead of time for the public to see? Okay,
But you can get stuff in advance on the,
No, the draft resolutions are public record.
so that you're asking if the draft is available before. voting.
exactly. Yeah, if you decide to bring it up again to consider it, it would just be great to be able to see a copy of it before the meeting.
Yes.
And that's what I guess I'm asking.
We'll make sure you get it the morning of, just like I got yours this morning.
Well, I apologize for that. I didn't know about this item on the agenda until this morning. I saw the organizational meeting and didn't realize there would be any substantive matters brought up, so I do apologize for that.
Yeah, then make that available, sure. So you have it ready. Bill, do you have anything else?
I have nothing else. If you have anything else you need to bring up? Commissioners?
I have nothing.
Good.
So that would conclude our business then. This time.
Thank you.